what's the prep work or the heart work? So many of us think we have to be an expert on the topic before we could ever have a meaningful conversation. But I think, as you're probably going to enlighten us about this, there's something to be done before you even approach a person. Can you talk to us about what needs to happen before the hard conversation?
Yeah. I think some of it, it's like I said, knowing your why, and then also knowing what scripture says about, what you are addressing. So knowing what the scripture says about immigrants. Um, and so that's the thing about, like, I could not do this work apart from God, because we have something to hold people accountable to. I think the next thing would be that of prayer, because sometimes I believe there are people who are spiritually blind and they don't even know it. So there are people there's different categories. There's some people who are spiritually blind, um, and they don't know it. Then some people are more willfully ignorant. Um, and then some people, they don't even realize that they've allowed immorality to take over, where they've created these idols. They've created idols in their life. um they haven't been repentive in their life, and so it skews the lens in which they are looking and perceiving. And so so understand that about um you know some of those hard conversations that you're having. But then the most important thing that I think in this conversation is that you have to be a truth teller. You have to tell the truth. It's the truth that makes us free, or in some versions, it sets us free. And I think that's important, because we cannot have healing, we cannot have transformation, you cannot have change without truth, you
Mm.
know. Um, and I think, you know, and just remember, because we all have different personalities. My personality, comes out like, I'm a leader, I'm a change agent, I'm a bridge builder. So with that bridge builder, it helps me lead in those conversations with grace and love, but keeping truth at the center. So we all have different conversations. All of us don't lead with grace. So you need to know that about yourself. All of us don't lead with love. So you need to know that about yourself. And so if you know that about yourself, you're like, okay, how I'm gonna I'm gonna have this hard conversation. I'm gonna center truth. I understand my why. I know I want to remind people of where scripture stands and how we've gone astray.